wheels just retracted. This train is now floating. 603 kilometers per hour. The fastest thing ever built that runs on the ground.
86% of this railway goes through solid mountain. There was no other way.
Started at $9 billion, now $72 billion. Still climbing.
The geology collapsed. The schedule collapsed. But we keep going.
Colder than outer space. This is what makes the train float.
1964. Japan launched the bullet train. It changed the world.
The Tokaido Shinkansen is full. Japan needed a bypass.
In 19 years of surveys before a single tunnel was approved.
Rock pressure that crushes steel. Drill, blast, shotcrete, rock bolt. Repeat. 6 hours every day. The motor isn't in the train. It's in the track. At 160 kilometers per hour, the tires retract.
Liquid helium. Myget is 269 degrees. Colder than the surface of Pluto.
At 603 kilometers per hour, almost no vibration. Floating on invisible force.
10,000 liters of water pumped every minute. The mountain fought back.
Excavated soil travels 5 kilometers on conveyors. The nose shape took 3 years of wind tunnel testing to solve.
We are building the future of human motion.
The TBM is assembled underground, piece by piece, 4,000 tons. Every 50 meters, the cutters must be replaced.
One of the most dangerous jobs in construction.
400-meter vertical shafts sunk through the mountain.
Underground stations carved from solid rock. Bigger than most surface stations.
The guideway must be accurate to millimeters over kilometers. Designed to enter a tunnel at 500 kilometers per hour. At 160 kilometers per hour, the tires retract.
Tunnel entry at 500 kilometers per hour compresses the air violently.
Niobium titanium wire thinner than a hair. Wound 50,000 times.
The cryostat is a thermos flask the size of a car.
Each magnet must be cooled and verified before the next. The most tested railway system ever built. Tokyo and Nagoya will be 40 minutes apart.
At 500 kilometers per hour, you feel the air move, but hear almost nothing.
Underground rivers encountered at depth. Grouted shut. One concrete ring installed every 90 minutes. 2 trains passing at 1,026 kilometers per hour combined.
Every train returns here nightly for inspection. 30,000 workers, still building every single day.
At 500 kilometers per hour, the Maglev uses half the energy of an equivalent airplane flight.
Seismic sensors every kilometer. Earthquakes are the primary threat.
A helium recovery plant inside the depot. Recaptured, reliquefied, reused. Engineers designed a system to return every liter of groundwater to the river. Noise barriers reduce trackside levels to below 70 decibels. The 14% above-ground section uses elevated viaducts and precast beams. The geology forced every change. Conventional drill blast, shield, TBM.
Trains stopped automatically before earthquake waves reached the track. Alpine rock crushed on site, reused as concrete aggregate.
Data confirms what the physics promised. It is stable.
580,000 individual coils installed by hand. 1,000 meters of boring surveys ahead of the face.
Each 12-meter pour section takes 3 days.
2025. A new, improved car introduced. Lighter, cheaper, more efficient. The guideway must be accurate to 1 millimeter over 50 meters.
Liquid helium loaded at negative 269 degrees, colder than the surface of Pluto.
A station built inside a rock cavity, 40 meters underground.
The train never touches the track. That is the engineering.
The geology forced every change in method.
Everything built so far is waiting for the train that will make Tokyo and Nagoya 40 minutes apart.
The TBM is assembled underground because it's too large to be lowered whole.
December 1997, 531 kilometers per hour, a new world record on the first full speed test.
1,200 sensors per train. Every system monitored. Every anomaly reported.
Entering the pressurized chamber at the tunnel face. One of the most dangerous jobs.
Designed to enter a tunnel at 500 kilometers per hour without a pressure wave.
The magnet becomes superconducting. Zero electrical resistance.
The mountain is 300 million years old. It doesn't want us here.
A dedicated substation built just to supply the propulsion system.
600 concrete rings per kilometer, each one precisely laser checked.
Levitation, guidance, and propulsion, all in one coil design.
Japan invented this technique, reading the geology before the main machine arrives.
The engine is in the ground. 246 kilometers of electric motor.
April 21st, 2015. 603 kilometers per hour, the fastest land vehicle in human history.
Passengers could read a newspaper at 600 kilometers per hour.
We have to redesign the lining for every kilometer. The mountain changes.
60 separate construction contracts. 30,000 workers. One vision.
A vacuum environment inside the cryostat. Better than any insulation on Earth. They've run 2 million test miles. Nothing is left to chance.
Improving while still building. Lighter, cheaper, faster.
Waiting for the train that will change Japan forever.
That train. 8.9 kilometers through Shizuoka. For 4 years, the answer was no. The governor resigned in 2024. Within weeks, the survey was approved.
October 2024. First boring survey equipment entered Shizuoka.
2027 became 2034. Every year of delay cost billions.
Designed to survive the Nankai Trough megaquake.
If the power fails, the train lands on its wheels and stops safely.
We are building with fewer hands, but the target remains 2034.
Propulsion, levitation, and guidance in every single coil.
A train just passed at 500 kilometers per hour. I felt the air move.
Recaptured, reliquefied, reused. A closed-loop system.
30,000 workers across 60 sites. Most will never ride the train they built.
Physics into reality. Levitation becomes flight. 246 kilometers inside tunnels. A journey through the dark.
Tolerance, 1 millimeter. 0 exceptions.
Shrinking Japan. Connecting 60 million people in a single mega region.
Target commercial operation, 2034.
It's the hardest thing we've ever do. And it's working.
Tokyo to Nagoya, 40 minutes. The future is arriving.